Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, March 31st, our third week inside. And today's table topic question is okay, here's the funny part and the truth. I took a picture of it because it wasn't it was you weren't able to see it when I held it up. Literally took a picture of it, posted it on Instagram and Facebook, and now I can't find the question. But Karen, you're my favorite. You are my number one fan. Thank you for watching. Um, Something like if you won a fortune, if you knew you were going to inherit a fortune, how would that change your life? And the immediate thing, thank you, about my glasses, Karen. These are my reading glasses. So I changed from my trifocals, so I'm not constantly trying to find where I need to. These are my computer glasses, actually. Thank you. And I have a cool son. My cool son takes me to a place called Warby Parker to get glasses, and I'm not as cool as he is. In fact, I'm not even as cool as my glasses. But thank you. um. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind with the question is that people that inherit or win the lottery or something like that, a lot of money, boy, their lives are horrible and they commit suicide and they're estranged from their families. So then the next thought that came was, is that just something that poor people say? Is that just something that poor people say that because we're jealous of rich people? But in the past 5 or 10 years, I have been saying I really want to be a philanthropist, but the problem is I don't have any money. So I would hope I would be a philanthropist, and to first of all, I would make sure that my my kids both had houses paid off, if they would want me to do that. Of course, I have to ask them first, and maybe college fund for grandkids, and definitely some trips, like family trips. That would be amazing. And then when all that fun and excitement is done in the beginning, I yeah, I would like to find a charity. There's several things I've always wanted to get behind and just never have taken the time to do it. One is for sure Make a Wish Foundation. Another one is the Special Olympics or challenged athletes, and another one is literacy. I would love to te- teach people how to read. And since I spent so much time in the neighborhoods in my 30 years doing code enforcement and the stuff that neighbors complain, um, let me see, when mine are not occupied, I think there is more room for unhappiness. I would make sure bills are paid for family and find a way to give back. That's what Karen says. Exactly. Exactly. Um, there goes my ADD brain. Oh, I'm interrupted. I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, so I was saying when I was in code enforcement. So what code enforcement is, I always tell people if you don't know what code enforcement is, that's a good thing. And we enforce private property regulations. That is um, zoning. If you've ever heard of zoning, building, land use codes. Let's see, and the neighbors complain about each other. The fence is too high. The dog is barking. The trash cans are left out. They built a deck that's looking into my bedroom. They have someone living in the garage. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And the hardest people to deal with are not what we affectionately call the violators, the person whose property is in violation, but the complainants. And they're like, he did it again. He did it again. He did it again. And I often, when I come back to the office, I would say, you know what? Instead of watching what your neighbor is doing, go teach a kid to read. There are so many people in the world that can't read. So instead of worrying about if your neighbor's trash can is still out, one, of course, you could pull it up, and two, focus on something else. So That's my long-winded answer to what would I do if I knew I were to inherit a fortune. And I guess that the new part is really significant for me because, as I'm aware of, as it currently stands in my life, that will never happen to me. So, yeah. Yeah, and Karen says, time is precious. Choose what we get upset over wisely. Amen. Choose wisely, my friend. Okay, so I shall end for today. And thanks for tuning in. Share it with your friends and family. Ask your friends and family the question of the day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same place. I wish I could say the same time, but I'm not that organized yet.